What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Aydin Horne here. Today I'm going to let you in on a little speed secret that probably a lot of you guys don't think about, and that is the Factory Team Diff Decoder. How to use it, when to use it, what to really look for, and how you can utilize this tool to take your equipment to the next level at each and every race and get that consistency, dialed performance that you're looking for to get you that TQ and win, baby. Let's go. I'm going to jump right into it. All you need to know about how to use this bad boy. Alright, so we hear about it all the time. Every time you go to the track and your car is just so dialed, and then you rebuild it, maybe get like a fresh ball diff or new fluid in that gear diff. You go back to the track and it just doesn't quite feel the exact same. A lot of times it's because your diff is a little bit different setting and you may not even know it. So I'm going to tell you how to check that diff. Make sure next time your car is just absolutely dialed, before you go ripping it apart, you check the thickness of the diff setting with this tool. And there is some key how-tos on how to properly use this thing. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to just check it like this. So you see how the tires are just spinning the motor. You have to get your finger on the spur gear and hold the spur gear like this. And what else you need to do is you need to raise the arms like this so there's no bind in the drive line making it any different than it is. As you can see right now, I'll show you the setting, holding it properly. How it would be at ride height is 293. If I let it down like this, it goes up to 310, 312. So that extra bit of the drive line being kinked is giving you skewed results. So you're going to want to hold it up like this at ride height with the drive line nice and flat and get your finger on that spur gear and properly checking this setting. We're looking at about 290. So that's how you do it. And this thing does come with a few different tips, but this tip right here, the 7mm, goes on the nut just like this, and I would say it's the most accurate setting, because if you use the tip that just spins in the diff, it doesn't really account for the drive line or anything like that. So I would just go with the 7mm hex bit that comes with it like this, and use it like this as shown, and it should be able to get your diff feeling nice and consistent every time you hit the track. That way you know if something is feeling a little off, you can make sure the diff is exactly where you want it to be. Just for a little heads up for all you dirt racers and ball diff users, when my car is totally dialed, operating at maximum capacity, I go and check this bad boy, and it's normally at about 250. Now this is a gear diff and it's running a little bit thicker, so that's why it reads 290, but for the ball diff, this is a little bit more finicky of an adjustment, and 250 is kind of the number that I like to ride around. So this tool could come in handy for ball diff users, gear diff users, dirt racers, carpet racers, and I'm going to tell you exactly how. So ball diff, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a pretty finicky adjustment. There's no fluid at all being coming into play with how the diff feels. So it really is all just how much you tighten that screw, and the setting is pretty darn finicky. So obviously the ball diff, the checker could come in handy for just when you build a new one. You just want to make sure you get that setting exactly how it is. But it also could come in handy for the gear diff. I know a lot of you guys just pick a setting for fluid and you just run it every time, but if you were wanting to test like 2 gear versus 4 gear, let's say you're running 20K with 2 gears in the diff, and you want to just isolate the test 2 gear versus 4 gear, you can use this diff decoder to tell you what fluid you need to run with 4 gear to have it be the same overall thickness as the 2 gear with 20K. I don't exactly know what fluid that would be. You probably land around about 10K. 4 gear will give you maybe a similar feel to 2 gear 20K, but you could use this tool to get it exactly right and isolate that test between 2 gear and 4 gear, and just know the difference in driving that those extra 2 gears could be offering. So that's a good way you could use it for both ball and gear diff. And you could also use this for A-scale diffs the same way. If you're testing different amount of gears in the diff, or just LTC versus HTC, you want the same overall thickness. Just nail down which fluid is needed for that feel. For those of you who don't know how to adjust the tightness of the ball diff when you do build it, there is a thrust screw on one side and only one outdrive. And as you can see right here, This is the thrust screw that I'm talking about, and all you got to do to tighten up that setting is just give it a small little crack. These are really small, minute adjustments. They will make a big impact on the tightness of the diff. You don't want to over tighten it and crush any of the diffs insides, but a tech tip for what I like to do when I install the ball diff into my car to make life a little bit easier is I make sure this screw is on the same side of the car every time, so I know exactly where it is when I go to make an adjustment to the diff screw setting. So I always put this screw on the driver's side of the car. I know a lot of people do passenger side of the car. As long as you just stick to one side, that way when you go to adjust it, you're not taking apart the wrong side of the car and then you just get mad and it's annoying. So I'm a driver's side thrust screw type of guy myself, and as long as you just stick to one, this should help you out in the future. There you have it, guys. Quick and easy little speed tip to make sure you're getting that same consistent performance out of your cars each and every time you go to the track. Just get yourself, head over to teamassociated.com, get yourself a little Factory Team Diff Decoder. They're quite inexpensive and probably not really thought about by a lot of people, but if you utilize it correctly, this could be a key item in your tool bag to make sure you're getting that TQ, getting that dub every time you get out there. Thanks for watching the video. If you found it useful, drop a like and a sub, and have an excellent day. Peace out.